Okay, so here's the thing. We've been editing and creating videos for a long time now, and it has taken us years to understand that there are certain basic best practices that can help you save hours of edit time and make the whole editing process super fun and satisfying. So in this video, I'm going to cover 5 super easy tips that will let you edit your videos 3 times faster and make you a video creation ninja. This is Monish with InVideo, and let's jump right in. Let's start with the one tip that can make the biggest difference on how fast you can edit your videos, and that is your hardware. If you're editing on a traditional editing software like Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, you will require a high-end laptop or a computer which should have at least an i7 processor, a 16 GB RAM and a dedicated graphics card. This is because all the processing happens in your local system, and if you don't have the minimum specs, it will lead to massive delays since you'll face a lot of crashes and lags in your projects. One way to avoid this delay and frustration without investing heavily in editing gear is to use an online editing software like InVideo, which handles all the processing on the cloud. You can work with very minimum specifications like an Intel i3 processor with 8 GB RAM and integrated graphics. This should be more than enough for you to smoothly edit out everything, and the render times are going to be much lower than traditional editing softwares because all of it happens on the cloud. And since the required specs are basic and all of your files are on the cloud, this means anyone from your team can easily access these files and continue editing from where you left off on a different device, which means faster collaborations and lesser times for edits. Number 2 on our list is make sure that you shoot to edit. Planning your edits before shooting your projects is one of the most important points. If you have a script of your project and then you storyboard and create a shortlist, this planned execution will save you hours of time, as you'll have the script to refer to while you're editing, and you'll save a lot of time as you won't have to shoot hours of random footage and create a story out of it. Now what you can do is start with a basic app. So every phone nowadays have a notes app where you can write down stuff. So just start with a basic app, write down your script and keep it handy on your phone. If you don't have an app, I'll suggest an app called Evernote. It is online, so your scripts are synced on the cloud. So that's a good app, and you can write all your scripts on your phone and then create another note for all the shots that you have to take according to the script. For example, if I'm shooting this video, I'll take a note of the shot that I have to speak to the camera. So that is my first shot. Then we can have some B-rolls of me editing. That is my second shot. So that way I'll create a short list and then I'll shoot accordingly. Now if you're shooting a narrative film, ad or a documentary, I'll suggest you to make a storyboard. All you have to do is take a piece of paper, draw 9 boxes on it and just draw a random sketch of the shots that you have to take. Maybe write some description of the shots below those boxes, and this is how you can create a basic storyboard. Number 3 on our list is creating an organized file structure and backups. So whenever you're back from the shoot, make sure you back up your shots immediately and organize them properly. We suggest you to create a main folder for your project, and you can rename this folder to whatever the name of your project is. Then create separate folders in it for footages, music, assets and exports. In the footages folder, you can create separate folders for the different cameras that you're using. For example, whenever I am back from a shoot, I would make a folder for my GoPro shots, my main camera shots and my drone shots. And then you can create subfolders that are categorized into the number of days and the shoot locations. For example, your shoot is of 3 days in 3 different locations. So you would make 3 different folders that are named like day 1, location 1, day 2, location 2, day 3, location 3. This will help you locate your shots easily and will save you a lot of time, as you don't have to spend time in finding your shots. Also, if you're using traditional editing softwares, make sure you back up your data twice, so if the project crashes, you don't run into the risk of losing all your important data. Now again, a benefit of using an online video editing software like InVideo is that whatever happens, your projects won't crash, as they are auto-saved online, and even if the projects crash in the middle of an edit, you can easily reopen it and pick up where you left off. Okay, number 4 on the list is one of the most undervalued points, but I can assure you that this can bring the biggest impact, and that is to shut out all distractions. Editing is a process that requires high levels of focus and attention. So we have to make sure that our editing environment is free of distractions so that nothing disturbs our flow of editing. It is very important to keep your smartphone away from you and on silent mode, and make sure to block out time so that no one in your home or your workspace comes and disturbs you. Another way you also give into distractions is by giving into the urge of constantly going back and rewatching your edits to see how far you've come. This is very common among beginner editors, but I've also come across many professional editors who still do this. What this does is it breaks the flow of your task at hand and delays the entire process by a huge margin. What you want to do instead is complete whatever stage of the edit you are in before you review your edits. So for example, if you're cutting and lining up your footages in the right sequence, make sure you do this for the entire video before you can review them all at once, and then you can make slight adjustments and tweaks and add your finishing touches. Similarly, if you're adding supers and stock footage, make sure you do it for the entire video and then come back and see it how they come together in a narrative, and you can make your tweaks accordingly. This brings us to a last and final tip that comes in very handy as you start creating more layouts and designs, which is to save your video projects and scenes for reuse. This is more applicable to use cases where you create videos that are more design or motion graphics heavy, like video ads or promo videos. For example, if you're working for a real estate brand, you will usually need time to figure out every design element of the project, like what kind of text styles to use, how they should be positioned, etc. From the second time on, you can actually use the same set of elements and probably the video layout too, and this way you save a lot of time in making these creative choices. Also, if you're using InVideo to edit, you can spend around 15 minutes to go through different templates and scenes and favorite the ones that you like. Now the next time you're editing, you don't have to start from scratch. You can just begin editing with your favorite scenes and get a head start. On your computer, you should also create an assets folder which can have the files that you need on a regular basis. These can be music tracks, sound effects, stationery or motion graphics and more. So those were our 5 tips for editing your videos faster and becoming a video creation ninja. If you found value in this video and you'd like to learn more about the video creation fundamentals, like how to edit to the beat and how to make most out of your b-rolls, you can check out this playlist on the screen. Do let us know in the comments below what you'd like us to cover next. This is Monish with InVideo, and I will see you in the next one.